Evie's a maniac.
You're watching the Bare Pantry Show.
She sees a cat, guys. When I walk her, she pulls my shoulders. This is Sunday, November the 30th, 2025. The last day of November. We're never gonna see this day again. Can you imagine? I remember when some old person used to tell me that when I was younger. I'm like, yeah, we're gonna see November 30th again. He goes, not that year, right? So we're going on a little walk with Evie. She's doing a lot better, a lot less scratching. She's only had 1 dose of the steroid so far and 2 doses of the antibiotic. So I'm hoping that this round of medicines that they gave her will help, because she was suffering, guys. When I get home, I'll tell you the whole story. I'm doing the pot pies like I said in the last video, okay? So I've diced some onion. I'm not gonna do any celery because I don't like celery. Let's put this flour out of the way. I have the turkey diced already. This is all the rest of the turkey. Only white meat. I have a little bit of butter in the pan. Well, in the pot. You guys can see that, right? I don't want to get another camera. And I'm just gonna saute the onions. Well, the onion pieces. Let me grab the gravy. Remember I showed you guys in the last video that when we did the turkey, we don't put all that flour stuff to make that brown gravy. Although, even as a Belizean, I love that gravy too, but a lot of Belizeans don't like that brown flour type gravy thing. But I like it. So what I'm going to do is take everything out of this, I'll use this, and I'll take all the parts. The parson nose, which is the butt of the turkey. This part. My grandma used to call this the parson nose. Take that out, all the little tidbits. And the liver, the lights, you know, Joe left all those parts in. I wonder where's the neck. Did we eat the neck? That's going to be my broth. So let's get the onion. You guys see it? Just saute it a little bit. Joe's on his way back from the gym and he's bringing my peas and carrots. Well, let me show you the puppy. She's doing a lot better. She's not scratching as much. You know, she's eating her fur, see? It's not just her side. She's getting her legs, her toes, her fingers. But look at her eyes. She doesn't have the swelling around the eyes anymore. I kept telling Jada she's getting worse and the natural things you're doing is not working. I mean, once you have an infection, a bacterial infection or a yeast infection, it never goes away on its own, right? It needs help. And I'm also grateful that she doesn't have something worse wrong with her. So I looked it up on Google, and it says that what causes the yeast infection in their skin like that is excessive licking. And she was excessively licking because of some type of allergy. Could have been environmental, food. We still don't know what the allergy is that caused her to lick like that. But that's why she got progressively worse ever since she came home. Remember, Jada got her last year, December 27th, for her birthday, right? And she took her straight to the vet. That same vet that did her spaying and stuff. And when she took her there, she was itchy. She had the dry skin, and the vet kept checking for mites. And he just checked and he checked and he checked and he checked. But he couldn't find anything, God. And then she was doing all right. And then when we went to Belize, when John and I went to Belize in June, Jada says, Mommy, she's so stressed out about you and Daddy being gone that she's like eating at her fur. So that was 3 weeks. And when we came back, she seemed to be doing better. So we said, no, it's probably anxiety, right? She missed us. So I'm going to need to put more water in this, okay, guys? Hold on. I'm going to use this cup. So anyways, so I was like stopping her from biting herself and scratching herself, but it, no matter what Jada bought, no matter what food I changed, it just got progressively worse. So that's why I told Jada, I can't let you go on your trip to Ireland and leave this puppy here sick with us. You need to take the puppy to the vet to see what's wrong. We'll do that too as humans. Like, we'll have some symptoms and we'll try to mitigate it with natural things at first and try to figure, could it be this? Could it be that? And not that we're trying to be doctors or nothing, but it's like, maybe it's just gas pain, you know, maybe it's just constipation. Maybe it's just a cold or whatever. And so, what am I looking for? Things to measure with. And then, I'm going to start with 1 teaspoon because, well, let me taste it first. Let me taste it first, guys. Oh, that's what I was going for. A little bowl that I can taste it in. Yeah, so, we try to mitigate it at home first, and when it's not working, then we go see the doctor to find out what's really wrong, right? Never, ever, ever, ever taste from your pot and put the spoon back in it, because you never know who's going to show up for dinner. That's been my thought process since day one. It's not just that I'm cooking for my family here, which if I have some type of cold or something, I can give it to them. You know, you don't want to do that. But then what if somebody shows up and you want to offer a plate of food? You go, oh my God, I tasted from the pot spoon and I put it back in. It's a good thing I tasted. I don't think it really needs any more salt. And if it does, it's just a little touch. But it needs a little more black pepper. Let's do half a teaspoon of black pepper. And about 1/4 teaspoon of salt. I'm going to thicken it with some cornstarch. But I'm going to wait for Joe to bring the peas and carrots first. And I'm thinking I might put a little bit of coconut milk in this. I don't know why I feel like putting some coconut milk in this. I've never done that before. Okay, so let's taste again. Yeah, that's good. No more salt and pepper needed. Meanwhile, back at the ranch. What's that from? Dukes of Hazzard, right? I used to like watching that show. You know, when we first came from Belize, we landed in Hialeah, Florida. That's like a part of Miami, right? And that's the first time we really saw TV. We used to see some movies on TV when people in Belize would get HBO movies on tapes and stuff like that, and we would go to their houses and watch it. But we didn't used to have TV in Belize growing up. So the first thing we saw on TV at my mom's my mom's friend's dad's house, because my mom's friend wasn't home when we got to the house, was Bionic Man, the $6 Million Man. And then after that, my dad's boss at the time, Santi. Hi Santi, if you're watching. He gave us a little 13-inch TV. Well, he loaned it to us, but it was really a gift because he never took it back. And we would watch Matthew Starr. This is way back in 1981, I believe. Matthew Starr, Dukes of Hazzard. This is Friday nights. And I forgot what was the other one that came on Friday nights. Matthew Starr came out first at 8 o'clock. And then I think the Dukes of Hazzard was 9 o'clock. And I forgot what came on at 10. And Matthew Starr was, I think Louis Gossett Jr. was in that. I don't remember the guy who started it. The old man was Louis Gossett Jr. And it was lovely. I can't wait for Joy anymore. I'm gonna do my cornstarch. Those were the days when TV shows used to be good. I like Matthew Starr because it was about outer, like the guy came from outer space or something. You know? Let me wash up my strainer again. And let's make this paste. This slurry. Just some cornstarch and some water. I've seen these videos with turning like a 400 square foot like space into a house with bathroom and everything. And what I like about them is that the kitchen is all on one wall. You have the stove, the fridge, and the sink all on the one wall. That would work so perfectly for me doing the show, right? So I wouldn't have to keep going over to the sink. I'm gonna do the pie dough that I've done before, where it's supposed to use what's that flour called again? Self-rising flour. But I'm gonna make my own self-rising flour by removing some of the flour out of the allotment, adding baking powder and salt, because that's how they do self-rising flour, right? And then add the rest of the ingredients, which is pretty much the butter. Okay, there we go. Come on, ants. There's an ant. There's an ant. Alright, so this is nice and thick. So when Joe comes, all I'm going to do is throw my peas and carrots in there. And then add, maybe I might add that coconut. I don't know why I want to add the coconut milk to it. Why? I don't think I've ever done that before. Alright, so let me... I'm going to move this camera over here. See, I had another camera running. And I'm going to remove the flour. So I have 2 cups of flour right here. I'm going to remove 1.5 teaspoons, okay? I have to hurry up because Joe don't want pot pie. Oh, he gave me the nastiest of look like pot pie. I don't like pot pie. He don't like pot pie because people used to, the people that we ate it from, they made it with a Bisquick and they only put the Bisquick on the top. And the bottom was just soupy. He didn't like that. I don't blame him, but my pot pies are good because we have pie dough all around. So I took out 1.5 teaspoons each. So what did I do? It's 2 cups of flour. So for every cup of flour, you remove 1.5 teaspoons of the flour. So I did it twice, right? So now we have the flour. So now what we're going to add in there is going to be the baking powder. So the thing that we removed, you're going to add baking powder. So we're going to add 1.5. Just do it twice to not get confused. And then do it again because it's 2 cups and a half. And then salt. Do I need salt though? Because my butter is salted. I think I'm not going to add the salt. My butter is salted. Then we need 2 sticks of butter. Because it's 1 stick of butter for every cup. I'm going to have some butter after all the butter I use for the stuffing for Thanksgiving. Yeah, so I noticed the steroid, the one dose she got yesterday, is already making her scratch less. So that's taking down the inflammation. Jada bathed her with the thing to soothe her skin. And the antibiotics is probably kicking in because she got 2 doses already. And she's not jumping out of her sleep, biting herself. Poor baby. She was suffering, man. You know, so this butter came straight out of the fridge, but it's cutting kind of easy. Sometimes I wonder if this fridge is not chilling everything. You know, we watched a video last night, something on YouTube. Joe had it on the TV. And it said all the brands that are not good in the way of appliances. Well, not appliances, fridge. It was specifically fridge. And apparently none of them are good. except for this one called Bosch, B-O-S-C-H, I believe. I'm gonna try to pinch the thing in here. You can also grate it, but I found that grating it and cutting it like this feels the same way for pinching the stuff in. Yeah, Bosch is good. It's German built, and it's built to last 15 to 20 years. And they put the correct size compressor in the fridge, because a lot of the fridges put the wrong size compressor. They're too small, and so they take a licking and then the fridges go out. I think they rig it that way, right? And even the stuff like with the ice maker with the Whirlpool, it says the same thing we went through, where it starts leaking back into the thing. And it says usually with the Whirlpools, the compressors go out right at the time the warranty ends. Well, the warranty that manufacturer gives is 1 year. We already passed a year, so we're into the 2nd year warranty through Costco. So we're gonna have to really keep an eye on this fridge. The minute it says meh, we're gonna have to call that guy in and say, take this fridge back to Costco, right? So they said even Kenmore wasn't good anymore, because ever since Sears went in, anybody can make Kenmore and slap the name Kenmore on it. So Whirlpool can make Kenmore, Amana can make Kenmore, Insignia can make Kenmore. Apparently, the worst of the worst, which all of them were horrible, Amana, Kenmore, Whirlpool, give me some other names, guys. One name, Haier, it like H-A-I-E-R or something like that. But the worst one was Insignia. I didn't even know that Insignia made fridges. I thought they only made TVs, and I love their TVs from Best Buy. The TVs that we have in the house in most of the rooms right now are Insignias from 15 years ago. They're not smart TV. They're a dumb TV, but they're going well, except for the one in the living room. That needs to be replaced sooner than later, because it's getting darker and darker. But you know, it's lasted a long time, so we can't complain. So the top two, number 2 was Bosch. Guess what number 1 was? I'll wait. You guys go write it in the comments. No cheating, okay? If you say, Barbara, I wrote it before you said it, I'm gonna believe you, okay? The top one was Maytag. Just like the commercial says, that Maytag repair guy is doing nothing all day because he don't have to come and fix the Maytag fridges. I went to go check. The fridge in the laundry room is a Kenmore, and I thought I was getting me a brand because it's Sears, you know. I got it at the Sears outlet. It works good though. Cross my fingers, my eyes, my toes, and my legs. So far, that fridge been doing really, really well. It's seen other fridges in the front here in the kitchen come and go. My washer and dryer are Maytags, and I fixed them a couple of times, but they're like 17 years old. They're old. So from here on in, guys, that's all I'm ever gonna buy is Maytag or Bosch. I don't know the price of the Bosch. They said they're pricey. Do you know if Maytag makes stoves, like ranges? Because I need a new stove sooner than later, and that's what I'm gonna check. Maytag. I don't care what these stoves can do. They say this stove right here, what, it was a Samsung? Trash. Trash. No good. Uh-oh. I'm getting some cold water. You want that, Evie? You can have that, baby. Evie loves ice. She ran like she's stealing it. She loves ice. How was your workout, babe? How was your workout?
Good.
I'm gonna take my medical alert bracelet off because sometimes there's hairs in there. I might have put a lot of water, guys. I might have almost put too much water. Yeah, boo. So how is the stores today? Packed? How is Food for Less today? Is it packed?
It's skinny. Nothing. Anybody.
Hardly anybody there. People are broke. People are broke. Plus people are boycotting.
Leave this out?
What's that, baby? Put it in the fridge. The front fridge. That's for the baby to cook her turkey. Gotta do that in a little bit so she can have dinner. Ah! No bitey. I constantly have to stop her. But it's cutting down though. She's doing it less. I don't tell the people how you reacted when I said that I'm making pot pie. Show them the reaction, Joe. Make them know I never lie. Make them know I didn't lie.
Yeah.
Okay, let's replay it. Joe, ask me what we're eating today.
What we're eating today?
Pot pie, turkey pot pie.
Well, that's wonderful.
Let's do it again the right way. Give your real reaction. Ask me again.
Yeah.
Ask me again.
What you making today?
Turkey pot pie.
I don't want none of that stuff.
No, it wasn't like that. It was like, that's what he did. And I said, my turkey pot pie is that bad? And then what did you say?
No, it's not that, but
Yeah, he did say that. Go ahead.
that turkey.
Is that why? So it's not the pie you don't like? I thought it was the pie you didn't like.
Well, the pie because it's thick. I don't like it too thick.
What do you mean it's thick? Can you, no, seriously, can you explain?
Well, I like it to be crispy.
The pie dough?
Yeah.
But the pie dough is crispy.
Okay.
Is it because it's big?
Maybe.
Because when we make meat pies, it's small like a cupcake, right? And you can take a few bites and you're done. Hey! Oh, she's eating that ice. I'm like, what the hell is she eating now? And with this, they're like the muffin, the big muffin size tins. So one of them should fool you. And you're supposed to eat the whole thing with the crust. So, I mean, I can understand if he's tired of the turkey now. But me, I don't waste food up in here. If it's there, I'm gonna eat it till it's done. I don't even care if it's not what I like. My sister is in Belize right now, guys. She went to the night market that she took us to and then put it in some parchment for about 15 minutes on the fridge. And when I come back, we're gonna start filling the tins with the pie, and then I'm gonna give Joe the space to cook his food. I think Joshua's gonna do a burger. Joe brought the coconut milk, guys. So I'm just gonna put this little bit, like an ounce or so, and then I'm gonna put peas and carrots. I'm putting the coconut milk because that replaces heavy cream. I wanted some heavy cream in this, and you know that's gonna mess up my stomach. So let me go ahead and grab one of my muffin tins, and these are for the bigger muffins. And I'm going to grease and flour each cavity. We're just going to get 6. What I'm going to do with this flour is dump it right on the mat because we're going to use it to roll out the dough. So the dough has been in the fridge for about 15 minutes. And I just pinched off a piece, rolled it into a ball. It doesn't have to be perfect, okay? Let me grab the rolling pin and then roll out this piece so we could set it inside one of the cavities. Okay, push it in, put the other one, I did another one already. And now they're all filled, and I have this left over and some dough left over. So what I'm going to do is make a 6x2 if I can, but not until I make the lids. As you can see, I'm using a cookie cutter to cut the lids perfectly round. And then set it on top. I'm going to do all the rest, and then I'm going to squish the edges together with a fork. And get another one right here. And then I have one egg yolk with a little bit of water. And I'm just brushing it on top. This is going to make it crispy and goldeny. The oven is up the temperature to 375, okay? I'm putting it on a tray because in case it leaks. So I did the 6x2 and I have enough ingredients. Joshua wants me to put some mac and cheese and some stuffing that's left over from Thanksgiving. So now I'm rolling the edges together because I don't want anything to seep out. And then I'm going to brush it with the egg wash, put it in. And then look, about 45 minutes later.
You know, I thought it was going to be all mushy inside and that.
He thought I was going to do a big one. And then when you do the big one, they tell you don't blind bake the bottom. But you kind of have to. Blind bake the bottom and then put the thing and then bake it. Because even though this is more thick, right, than just putting liquidy stuff like for lemon pie and stuff, it still needs a blind bake on the bottom. But these are fine. We've been taking them out of the thing and some of them have been collapsing because they need to set, right? So he ate a whole one and I ate a whole one. And he goes, I feel like I can eat more. And I said, well, do you want to share one? So that's what we're doing, 1.5. There's 3 left here. We'll wait for them to cool down completely before I take them out of the thingy. And then we have the one here. Oh, look how beautiful this came out. Let me show you. All that folding that I did, nothing oozed out. This is the one that has the mac and cheese and the stuffing. I can't wait for Joshua to cut that one. I'll show you guys when Joshua cuts it, alright? Let's speak. I think the mac and cheese is on that side.
Ooh, you put them on separate sides?
Yeah, the mac and cheese on one side, the stuffing on the other side. Why?
I wanted them mixed.
You wanted them mixed together?
Yeah.
You're just gonna have to eat a bigger piece.
Probably.
You have to eat piece from there and piece from there.
It's the best way to take this out.
Let's see. It was kind of hard to get it out that thing. But Joshua says he don't care. He gonna eat it like this. Look at all the stuff. That was a good idea though. Put this up for Jada. All right, nice dinner today. Even not for you, baby, not for you.
This is the Beth Pantry Show.
So I'm editing the video and I had to go look up the lineup. Okay, Evie, for 1982. We came at the end of 1981. For 1982, and Dukes of Hazzard was on CBS, and they came on at 8 o'clock. Then it was Dallas, and then Falcon Crest. I never watched Dallas nor Falcon Crest, but later on I did watch Dynasty and Knots Landing. All right. So then on NBC was Matthew Starr, and then Knight Rider, and then Remington Steele. That was my jam. So I don't know how we watched the Dukes of Hazzard if it came on 8 o'clock the same time with Matthew Starr. We might have went back and forth during commercials, because back in those days you could do that. But now commercials come on at the same time. They caught on, right, Jada? They caught on. So that was our Friday night lineup when we first came from Belize. Oh my God, it took me back. I know I want to go watch the whole Remington Steele all over again now. Pierce Brosnan's my dude. He don't let nobody tell him nothing about his beautiful wife. She became overweight. He don't let nobody tell him ish. He defends her, and she's still beautiful. Skinny or overweight, she beautiful. Okay. Can you show this, baby?
What are you doing?
I was showing them how bad she looked, but her eyes went down. Look, see?
Yeah.
Swelling on the eyes went down.
Oh, did your
She
eyes
got her
go
second
down?
dose of the steroid today.
Little monkey girl. Little monkey girl.
She got 3 doses of the antibiotics already.
Evie. What is in there?
Nothing.
What's in there, girl?